बात मैं इसमें कहना चाहूँगी इस प्लेटफॉर्म में कि जबरी गुमशुदगी किसी एक कम्युनिटी का मसला नहीं है। जबरी गुमशुदगी ना किसी कौमियत को देखती है ना किसी इलाकाइयत को, बस इसमें न सिर्फ एक शख्स जबरी तौर पर लापता होता है बल्कि उसमें पूरा फैमिली सफर करता है।
The women led by Amina Masood Janjua, by Marang Baloch, they are only expressing themselves. You need independent judges. You need an independent judicial.
This is a reflection of all those victim families who are suffering from enforced disappearances in Balochistan and KP. And we all are suffering from this trauma, this agony. And I myself is from Balochistan. My own father, Dr. Muhammad Baloch, who was a medical officer and who was picked up by the state intelligence agencies on 28th June 2009. सिर्फ एक बात मैं इसमें कहना चाहूँगी इस प्लेटफॉर्म में कि जबरी गुमशुदगी किसी एक कम्युनिटी का मसला नहीं है। जबरी गुमशुदगी ना किसी कौमियत को देखती है ना किसी इलाकाइयत को, बस इसमें न सिर्फ एक शख्स जबरी तौर पर लापता होता है बल्कि उसमें पूरा फैमिली सफर करता है। So this is responsibility of every individual to speak up against this enforced disappearances. और लास्ट में I want to invite and request all those individuals that we have set a sitting camp beside the press club from last 39 days, or where the enforced disappeared family members and family members of Dr. Mahan Baloch and BYC leaders are leading this camp. And from last 39 days, no one has visited, and not even from government people. कि आप लोग किस वजह से आए हैं, आप लोगों की डिमांड्स क्या हैं?
Islamabad High Court, the first priority was to have competent and fearless judges. The Supreme Court was there were other courts there. The only judgment on enforced disappearance, the nature of the offence, the gravity of the offence, and to what extent it violates human rights, is the only judgment which is Myra Sajid judgment, and in all the jurisdictions. There is no other, because I searched a lot. When the Balochistan students came, I didn't know what to do, because it was out of my jurisdiction. The investigations had to take place in Balochistan. But law did provide me that jurisdiction. In my opinion, should be made public. People must know. Balochistan is most important right now for every Pakistani. And let me say this. The Constitution makes us responsible. Every judge, though a case may not be before a judge, is still responsible. Why? Even up to the 26th Amendment, Article 184 has not been amended. Every judge of the Supreme Court is responsible personally and severally for every violation of fundamental rights that takes place in Pakistan. That gives the Supreme Court that authority, the power. I felt it my responsibility as a judge, and I felt responsible. So in 2023, I wrote a letter as a sitting judge the then Chief Justice, that the most important matter in this country is the violation of fundamental rights arising on account of enforced disappearances. Well, nothing happened. I didn't have the authority. But we are responsible. We are responsible to Amina Janjua, we are responsible to our children, we are responsible to every victim who is perceived to be a victim of enforced disappearance. But let me say a word about my experience, since it's a matter which has been extremely close to my heart. And I believe I feel responsible, and I apologize to them as a judge. No, I do. I am responsible. We all are responsible. A society where women from Balochistan are parading on the streets, our heads should hang in shame. But it's the women led by Amina Masood Janjua, by Marang Baloch. They are only expressing themselves. You need independent judges. You need an independent judiciary. The Islamabad High Court, people trusted that High Court. From all over the country, people were coming to that court. It had independent and fearless judges. But let me say a word, with great respect. As a judge, I've always respected the Parliament and the elected representatives. They have been victims for the past 77 years. But my experience is that those, as a judge, that those who are in the government, for them, the enforced disappearance issue, they don't want to be told that this is an issue. And they also want to pretend that this is not an issue. It is an issue. Women from Balochistan should not be marching on the streets. As a judge, my head certainly hangs in shame. It is for the Parliament. It is for the political leaderships. When they are in opposition, they are absolutely different. I think the other things, I should leave it, the details, to my memoirs. But truth must be spoken, as Amina Janjua has said. She said in this documentary that she has not gained anything. With great respect, she's wrong. She has given hope to hundreds and thousands of those victims who should have been looked after, protected by the state. It is the responsibility of every citizen. If there is no rule of law, if there is no independence of judiciary, if there is no constitution, and if there is no democracy, if the people's will is suppressed, I'm afraid our destiny, we will not be fair to our coming generations. We owe it to them. We owe it to her. And we owe it to the youth. Everyone has to wake up. They can't just pretend. This pretense has damaged this society. Truth has to be spoken. It has to be spoken when things happen. I'm sorry, Amina Janjua, you just made me emotional. So I wasn't emotional, but by saying, you see, you made me guilty. Yes, you are right. Those holding exalted offices, I'm afraid they haven't spoken truth in the last 77 years. The day they start speaking the truth, things will change. We have heard some sitting ministers, some former ministers. I wish one day they will also speak the truth, because we all know the truth. Everyone knows the truth. But we pretend that we do not know the truth. So sorry, I never intended to speak, but I just, because I had to come with the kind of your struggle and the hope that you hold out for others. It's out of respect that we are here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We understand that you are from the government,
But I'm not
your
from the
heart speaks for us. But maybe your words will not speak.
I will try to explain as much as I can. I myself is a victim of enforced disappearances. My father was picked up many times. More recently, my brother-in-law was picked up in 2022 while I was a senator. So I can share the feelings that she has, and and the difficulties that she has been through. Some of it actually. Um, and a society is judged by how it treats the weak. And if we want to build a society which would last, as we say, that Pakistan should last till the end of time, then we should build a society based on justice, where the weak should be taken care by the powerful. So that's what I believe in, and I've seen what Amna has achieved, and she has achieved remarkably for herself and for everybody else. I mean, what a lot of the work that she is doing is something that we should be doing, to be honest. And as the honorable judge has said, that we are responsible. As a senator, we are responsible. As judges, we are responsible, and we should speak the truth. And we all know what the truth is. Actually, we all know it. It's just that in Urdu we say that सच अच्छा मगर उसके लिए कोई और मरे तो और अच्छा. So ये it's unfortunate, but I will keep supporting you, and you have done remarkable. And inshallah, I hope that good days will come.
आई होप कि वो जो कानून मैडम शीरी मजारी ने बनाया था, अगर वो आप डिग आउट कर लें किसी तरह,
मैं उसको टेक आउट कर लूँगा. मैं उसको
तो बिकॉज दैट्स बेसिक कि हम उसको एज अ क्राइम कि इन्फोर्स डिसअपियरेंस क्राइम बनाए.
मैं मिनिस्टर साहिबा से बात कर लेता हूँ और मैं
मैडम
देख
इज
लेता हूँ.
हियर.
आई एम श्योर शी इज डन समथिंग रियली गुड. तो मैं उसको आई विल रिव्यू इट.
वो जैसे अभी आपने देखा कि वो इतनी जल्दी ही अमेंडमेंट पास हुई है एटीए वाली. इट वाज इन अ ब्लिंक ऑफ एन आई कि सेनेट से भी पास हो गई, पार्लियामेंट से भी हो गई. तो बट legislations like for the disappeared, they just get lost somewhere in the bureaucratic means. So I wish you strength कि
I'm also a member of the Human Rights. I'm also a member of the Human Rights Commission in Pakistan. The government committee. Sorry, the committee. So I will put forward the legislation to them and see how they will respond. But I will keep trying on your behalf, and I will do whatever I can.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Please raise your hand if you want to have any comments, anything. We have a lot of people here who would like to hear from you. Sir, Farzana Baba, if you would like.
Amina Masood Janjua, Aishah, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much to say particularly after what Honorable Justice Athar Minallah has said. I only want to say that 20 years is a long enough time. Generations change. In my Pashto language they say, Shalo kalo ke pedai badalashi. In 20 years, generations change. But for Amna and Aishah and the family, the time during the last 20 years was totally frozen.